So today's a very important video. We're going to be looking at altcoins, the US SEC threatening to sue Coinbase, Hindenburg and Square's little debacle. So Hindenburg is a research company, and when they typically put out news on a company or a character, it tends to have a negative effect because they research and claim that a company or a business is doing fraud, and then sometimes they can say they have overestimated their valuation, and there's a inflation of the price, like a artificial inflation, so it's not valued as much as they say, or it isn't doing all the things that they are saying. So I'm going to go through all of these today, and also my trades on the QQQ and the NAS100. So I think let me hit some more interesting stuff first, and then if you're really interested in trading, you actually skip to the end of the video where I discuss my trades today. For today, very nice trades. I had a 4-to-1 on one account and another one. I'm not so clear how it works on the MetaTrader 5, but I made profits regardless overall. So let's get into it. So the first thing I'm seeing is I'm gonna switch up the format that I actually planned just now. So the US SEC, and that's the Securities Exchange Commission, threatens to sue Coinbase over some crypto products. So essentially, Coinbase is offering some crypto products that they don't see as illegal, right? So they are looking to enforce actions that will be tied to aspects of Coinbase's spot market as well as its earn prime wallet products. Interesting. So it's like Coinbase is offering basically dividends off some products, and that's like those are securities. Like, how does it not pass through the SEC? Are these things regulated? Most of them are not. So what I'm looking at, and this is just a quick thought, as these things happen, as this thing might happen, and it might put a lot of pressure onto crypto, I think there might be an opportunity. And I do not like saying this. But honestly, there might be some opportunity in some things, and this could be the chance for us to get them the cheapest as possible, like extremely cheap, and then you just don't ever remember until 10 years from now or something. So I'm thinking this is what my portfolio is going to look like now. I'm going to look for some wicked sold off altcoins and just stack them away. Of course, I'm going to stack Bitcoin as well, but I think there's still some opportunity, because if people are very irrational and they don't even remember what happened and things happen over and over again, there can be some worthless assets that get pumped in the wave. So it's just like how some stocks went up when we had all of that quantitative easing. You will have these products going up as well, because you have people kind of expecting that sort of move. And that's just my belief. But just reflecting how you had GameStop, AMC, Best Buy, no, Bed, Bath, and Body Works moving. So you had those stocks really moving. And it's not like stocks are a now thing. So you were able to have some unnecessary movement when people understand the nature of these products, and people still play them because they are still opportunities. So Hindenburg actually had a research over Adani. I can probably type it in right now. Let me type it in. Adani Group. So Adani Group is an Indian multinational conglomerate, and it's basically, see, as you can see, a $2.3 trillion revenue company. And then they basically had they basically put out news about Adani, saying they were overinflating their stock price by just some schemes and how they were pulling things together, and that caused a huge amount of this guy's and the company's valuation to go down. The guy's network went down, and the company's valuation went down as a result. So they have a reputation of being right as well. So they did this with Nikola, they did this with Adani, And they did this with, hmm, I'm not sure which other companies, but they have done it and they have a good track record. Like they do this, right? So their article is basically block how inflated user metrics and frictionless fraud facilitation enabled insiders to cash out over $1 billion. And let's just do a short look into the article here. So this is Hindenburg Research slash block. So they're saying that Cash App was also cited by far as the top app used in reported US. Whoa. To a leading nonprofit organization. Okay, so I don't know. I actually watched a video on this before, and they were basically saying all they were saying here is that people do illegal things on the app, and then sometimes people have multiple apps, people have multiple accounts, even though I mean that's normal. It's like a social media where people have a lot of accounts, but people can be putting out multiple amounts of content. So can you imagine somebody has two accounts, one is a business, one is a personal, and they are transacting two accounts there. Cash App is making two revenues, has two deposits. So it can be a positive, but I'm biased because I actually use this app. So I would be a little scared if something bad happened. So we have Block. They are also purchased a buy now, pay later company called Afterpay. And I've used Afterpay, Affirm, Klarna, all of those. So they're like, you basically can purchase it without credit, but with credit nonetheless, just with monthly payments. So I don't know. Let's see how this plays out. But Hindenburg Research usually strikes, and I don't know. But I would love to purchase this because it's funny. Cash App or Square doesn't have a physical location, right? And this company is now competing with the likes of JPM, which is at $127. And this is an internet bank, so they have less overheads. They only sell certain kinds of products, like they keep their product category limited and it's very niched. So it's very interesting. They also have Wells Fargo. It's at 36. So Cash App is above Wells Fargo. What would be another bank? There's not much anymore, man. City. What city? Citibank. Oh no. I hope they didn't go bankrupt. I hope they didn't go bankrupt because Credit Suisse is at 0.86, bro. That's crazy. KRE. So KRE, let me show you what KRE is. KRE is a regional banking ETF. So they have only regional banks in this, and you can see that move down. So KRE probably could have been, ooh, oh, that's on the 1 month. Let's check the 15 minutes. So there was this one. This one is nice. Nice. Take it to the downside. Okay. So it's a good little segment into our charts now. So we're going to look at the charts. We're going to look at the charts. So I'm going to pull up my platform as well. Okay. So today I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades. 6 trades today. What can I say? I was seeing some moves, but I don't know. Something about just how the ball got rolling. Just a lot of uncertainty. But let's go through these trades today, right? So the first trade was at what? Third, it says 13 some. So I had to grab my phone to actually look at the trades right now. So the time that I entered the first trade was at 9:49. So it was the 9:45 candle, and I entered to the sell side. And as you can see, this trade went wrong pretty fast within 10 minutes. So on the same candle, I was taken out. So this is where I entered to the downside. I had my stop loss. I'll see. This was definitely a stop loss trade. So I entered at 3105 and I got stopped out at 310.80. So this wasn't a whole thing. I think, yeah, I could just see the trade going against me and I just exited. Like you can also see it on the MACD here. You have basically fading sell pressure. So as the candle got closer to closing, I was like, I'm taking my I'm taking this right now. Right? So you see weakening sell pressure. That leads to strong buying pressure, right? So that was the first trade that I took today. Um, let me see now. I don't know why the time is giving me such a hard time. Okay. So the second trade was sell at 10:07. Okay. 10:07. So I entered another sell position at 311.08. I'm definitely 307.08. I'm definitely bearish bias for the day. So I was very bearish bias and that it hit me. It hit me. It hit me. That's all I can say. So 312. So all of these trades, you can see the amount I'm trading there. This is the quantity. So I went down with the amount that I was trading so I could actually have more space for the trade to go in my favor. And if it ran, I would be able to profit from it. So this was the second trade. So you see two losses already. Here's the third loss now. So this is buy side 14.15. So that's 10.15. Okay. So let's get rid of this one. Remove that. 312.04. Wow. And it was the same candle I got hit out again twice. So that was nasty. So I think I just what did I do? I tried to enter to the upside at 312. It kind of came back and pushed up. That was just dirty from them. Because I could have gotten this move to the upside. Wouldn't be bad. Okay. I like it though. I can see my strategy is more about momentum. So if I entered and it's moving with the momentum, I will make money. But if not, I will lose money. Okay, so the third trade now. These definitely move fast. And it looks like I just didn't have enough range. Because this is where I entered to the sell side. Well, the trade was just wrong. Trade was just wrong. Because if I entered to the buy side here, would have been nice. Okay, okay, okay. And that's showing it on the MACD, the buy side. The MACD is definitely showing some confluence there. 312.36. Okay, wow. This was what hit me out there. Okay, so this was what the third trade. But I didn't stop. I wasn't revenge trading. I was just taking trades like normal, just calm with it, just calm, right? So this is what hit me out 31136 14. Yeah, 31136. Okay. And in this trade now, 1430, so that's 1030 now. At 311, took it to the buy side. So I could see that the MACD was showing me a trend, and I was able to just ride with it until we hit what's that? +3, so that's 110. Hmm. That's a 50 shares. Yes, 110. Okay. Mm, mm. You know what happened there? It went up. I didn't even see it. And it came back down and I closed the trade. So I entered here to the buy side, came all the way up here. Didn't even see it. What was I doing at 10? Oh, but it also doesn't show you anything because I wouldn't see anything. I would need an alert on the MACD. Well, like, okay. So I can have an alert. It's looking like if I have an alert here. No, let me show you. I'm gonna have an alert somewhere like here. And this can be an alert for the MACD crossing to the bullish side, enter to the upside. Like you will know that something is happening bullish. And you can also probably do the same on the other side of the bearish. That can indicate a lot of MACD pressure. Interesting. Well, we're learning something here together. Uh, and this was the final trade. This is the one I'm really happy about. I mean, not to get overly happy, but just looking at the strategy play out, right? So I had a trade at 17.11. So let me see where I entered that one. It was to the downside. To the downside, 17.11. So that's 111 again. So that's this one. Okay. So after I closed that trade, I was like, okay, let me flip it to this side, 311, because it's looking like we're about to get a move. And also, you could see the MACD kind of like turning over at this point. So I had a stop loss at, where did I have a stop loss here? Let me tell you, because I definitely had one at 31266. So if the market decided to reverse up to this point, I would have been out of this trade. But that was risking $100 there. And then I closed it at 252. I think that's a nice trade there. So let me get rid of this. At 252 at 30761. So entered here to the downside, sold it there. Nice. That's like top and bottom tick almost. So that was the $400 trade for today. And we're moving to another platform now. Okay. So it's this one. This one. Okay. So we have NAS100, right? So we have NAS100, right? So I figured it out. So the time is UTC plus 2, and that's like Cairo's time zone, right? So I entered to the sell side here. Can see at 1550. Is that correct? Should be. So 1550. 1550. 51. This can't be. This is bugging, bro. 7042. Yeah, I'm bugging. So 1550, I entered to the downside. Nasdaq right there. So 1750. No, 17. 42.4. 70.42.4. So this is where I entered to the downside. So I was trying to hit that reversal play there, right? And then I basically got stopped out, I'm sure, at 12.489. What time was that? 16. 12.489. So at 16, 12.4, 12.489. No. Where did I enter? This is where I enter. 17.42. Got started out at 12.771 at 15.59. 12.7. 71. 71.5. Okay. So this is where I entered to the downside and I got stopped out there as the trade began to really go against me. So that's this trade. So we're going to this trade now. So the second one was at 1607 there. So we just drop our array on it. 1607. We know it's there already. And we go 12786. 786.6. Whoa. Uh, 6 1607. 12786.6. 86.6. Right there. So I entered, where was it? To the sell side again. And then my stop loss was at 12.801 and I got stopped out at 12.802. So it's like sometimes when the price really starts to push against you, they can't even fill you at a good price. They can't even get you out of the trade before it's like way a little bit above your stop loss. So I entered here to the downside again, got stopped out here. So the first loss was $11.64. Second loss was $6.24. So I tried to keep it small because I just want to have a much better understanding of this and just have them fund me, basically, right? So the next trade was at 1610, and that was the dollar trade at dollar loss of 1610, still on the 16 candle. So 12786.6. 12786. So we look 12786.6. No, 12.0. We already did that one. So 12.80.30. 0.30. 12.80.30, and then I got stopped up quick. So where did I have my stop loss? So this, I had my stop loss like just a little bit above the wick, and saying that if it went down, I would have that amount of risk and an enormous amount of upside, basically, right? So I tried to keep the risk very tight there, and then I would want to take it to the downside from there. That would have been a clean trade. Imagine you risk $1,000 here, and your risk is say 50. But if this really starts to push, you're leveraging 1,000 shares. So as it starts to go down, one, two, three, you're basically looking at 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, right? But you're risking basically $50 to make that kind of momentum trade. That's a nice cleanup, right? So that was the how much trade? That was the third trade. So now we're hitting the fifth trade. No, one, two, three. Now we're hitting the fourth trade. So we entered again to the downside. Downside again. Like I just kept hitting it, but I kept the stop loss tight, 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 tight. So the next trade was at 12.8.10. No, at 16.11. 12.8.10.60. So I kept the stop loss. So even when it knocked me out there, I'm like, okay, okay, I can probably work for another one. So this one kind of like ticked me off because like, all right, y'all barely came up and just hit out my stop loss, and it didn't even get there, as you can see. But somehow on their chart is showing that it came to my stop loss. So it's just like not even one pip. So that's the thing where they can just let these things happen. Like these things just take me out fast. So where else did I enter? So that was that trade. So let's move to this trade now. So entered at 16.16. So we're finally moving to the other candle now. Finally moving to the other candle. 16.15. And where did I enter now? To the buy side. 12.8. To the buy side. 12.8. 20.50. 12.8. Reason for it. A drop, man. Just go. 12.8. 20.50. 16.22. 12.8. 16.22. So it was still the same candle. It just kept hitting me out and out and out. 794, correct? Point 0.7. Yes, I entered to the buy side at this time following this, but my stop loss was just too tight because I could have gotten the move up, but the stop loss was just too tight and got hit out within the same candle. And I'm pretty sure some market maker or somebody saw the order there and just took it out. So the next trade was at 16.23, so I entered again. Wow. I mean, I wasn't taking on a big risk, so it wasn't that bad of like big swing trades where I would risk a lot of money to make a little bit of money, right? And then I got stopped out again. 12.829, 12.829.2. So I got stopped out again. Oh wow. This is when I entered to the sell side. Right? So those were two nasty, nasty trades. Not even two. How much trade is that? One, two, three, four, five, six. Six losing trades, right? So the second to last trade now was the buy trade at 16.30 now. So we're moving to 16.30. So it was a buy trade. As you can see, I entered around the key zone there, where a lot of moves were kind of happening, or like how they kind of toss everybody off the boat there. So I entered there to the buy side, closed it at 19.10. So this is really when it started to go against me. And I bet it was just a slight, that's when it like started to come back around. And that's when I exited the trade. 12.831. So I entered to the buy side, closed it here. So I got the move to the upside. Same thing on the QQQ. So I was trading both of those accounts. I just didn't exit at this nice area up here. I expected it to kind of rebound here and continue. But when I saw it starting to dunk and the MACD was already showing some redness there, I was kind of out of it there. And then that's when I fully went to the sell position, and that's at 1912. So that's the 19 candle. And I entered that at 12,801.7. So I entered to the sell side there, and then I closed it out at 2052 at 12. Nice. Look at that. That's how we get it. So I entered here to the downside, sold it here. And do I have the... No, I don't have the trade, the pool. So basically, this is what happened today. So I took all of these trades, but this brought me back to a profit. And then the QQQ overall, the trades on the QQQ overall were a profit as well. But just looking at the strategy, seeing how the MACD can help, seeing how these signals can actually work as well. So even here, where was my stop loss? I had my stop loss at 12,838. So where did I enter? So I had a 40 pip stop loss, so I could lose $40. So 12,838. Where was 12,838? That was more like the body. Wow. So 12,838 was the stop loss, and we came as high as 12,828. Okay. So it still kind of kept the, well, the stop loss was around 37. Okay. But that's basically how I traded today. I'm happy to share with you the strategy. I hope you find some value from it. I know it's a quite long video, so if you watch this to the end, message me. I got something important. I have a gift. Alright? I'll talk to you in the next video. Alright? Bye-bye.